Right. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go. Oh, that's so nice. Do you want to chew? Do you want to chew? Do you want this? Go on in. Go. That'll keep him busy. Where's my bin? So welcome back to the van, everybody. Woo! I feel like I've been a bit absent the last few days. It's been like 4 days I think since we last did anything, since I finished off the walls. Right. Oh no. Oh, it's okay, Digby. Cool, we just had a power cut. I think because I have the heater on, which is 2.5 kilowatts, or 10 amps I think it is, which is quite a lot, and then Joss is in the van and we're running off the same socket, and the washing machine's on. The MCB breaker in the main consumer unit was tripped, so I've just flicked that back on, turned the heat down a little bit, so hopefully we won't get any more power cuts. But anyway, we're back in the van. We've got some new supplies. We've got 3 sheets of plywood and we've got 18 lengths of this. Well, I was going to say 3x2. I don't think it's 3x2. It doesn't have a label on it. It's CLS, and I think it's 63mm by 40 something, I think. So it's kind of like 3x2, but a bit smaller. But before I get into building a bed frame, I want to get the walls on either side plied halfway up to where the bed's gonna finish, and then insulated behind. I have started on the insulation, so I used 2 full rolls of this fluffy fluff, and I've stuck it to the walls. I think that we're going to get some more rolls of this though, because there's still quite a big void there, and I think that while we're here, for the sake of spending another £80 on some extra rolls of fleece, we might as well do it. Another thing I want to mention is we are putting windows in the back, one there, and then I think we're going to have one in the sliding door, and then we're going to have a skylight here. A couple of you have been asking whether or not we're going to have windows in the van, because usually it's the first thing you do, and the answer is yes, we are, but we're just pretty much waiting until we sell the old van to pay for the windows, really, because we had to take a loan out to get this van, and we really need to sell the other one so we can afford to finish it, really. So we are going to get windows, but just not yet. We're going to get it habitable, so bed, heating, electrics, and then we can sell the other one and then concentrate on finishing this one. I think that I'm the only person on YouTube doing a van conversion that's not using power tools. But you can't beat a good old hand saw. So after 2 days, I've finally managed to box in this water tank slash do half of the bed frame. I've decided I'm going to break this down into 2 parts because otherwise I'm going to end up having one long video and only one upload this week. And I'm kind of in a system of uploading on a Friday and a Sunday at the moment, and I want to kind of stick to that. So I think it's best that I break this down into 2 parts. Also, one of the next things I need to do is drill a hole in the side of the van for the hookup socket. So I kind of want that to be almost like a feature of the video, if that makes sense. I don't know why. It's just kind of like quite a big deal to me. But this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is our first half of the bed frame assembled, I suppose. And I've managed to build in a 190 litre water tank. I've put a couple of braces on it, so I've just finished doing this one here, and then on the other side it's a similar sort of thing, but just a piece of wood there which is screwed to these uprights there, and I've put a noggin in there just for extra support, and I'm hoping that that should just essentially keep the water tank in place. I thought about maybe putting a couple across here as well, and I still might do if I've got some wood left over, but we don't want this sliding around when we're driving, so we really want that to be as secure as possible. I think these will probably be enough because they're quite tight to it, so it can't slide, and it's a baffled tank as well, so the water won't be sloshing around too much. But the construction I decided to go for when constructing the bed frame was essentially just a timber stud wall. So this is how you would construct a stud wall in your home. So you have the plate on the bottom, the uprights, and then the plate on the top, and then you may have noggins in between just to stop these from bowing too much. But because that's only, well, it's not even a metre, I think it should be fine. I could always put some noggins in there if I wanted to, but this is pretty solid. It's certainly not going anywhere, and once we've got the thingies, the joists going across, then this will all be tied together because I'll screw it into all 3, and that'll be absolutely solid as a rock. I've got no doubt that this is going to be plenty strong enough. I just think if anything I've gone a bit overkill on it, and I've already put about 170mm screws in this already, so every single join I've put 2 screws, so it's an absolute mammoth of a bed frame. In addition to the joists that are going on top as well, I've also got this sheet here of 18mm structural plywood. Again, that's probably overkill. I could have got away with perhaps 12mm, 1/2 inch, and that probably would have been fine. But back in the day when I used to work on building sites, we always used to use 18mm for any flooring or anything like that because it's that bit stronger. I know weight's obviously much more of an issue in a van, and I think this sheet alone weighs about 30 kilos, so it's pretty hefty and quite heavy. And again, with all this wood and the weight of that water tank, I'm starting to get a little bit concerned about weight because obviously all of this is starting to get quite heavy. We've had a few things arrive in the post though, notably our hookup socket, which I think is going to be the next job that I do, because I can't do the other side of the bed frame until this is in, because I need to screw a hole in the side of the van and like wire it all and everything, and obviously if the pliers up and the bed's fixed on, that's going to be really difficult to do. So I think this is going to be the next job. I also had a consumer unit arrive last night, so I can connect that hookup into the consumer unit, and I went to the builders merchants again this morning and I got a single socket as well, so I'm hoping that I can get the hookup in the consumer unit with the fuses and then the socket, and then I should have power inside the van, so I won't have to rely on this extension lead, and I guess that'll be the first stage of the electrical setup. So we also took delivery of our leftover insulation. This is 3 more rolls of the fluffy fluff that's going to go in the van. Hopefully this is the last bit of insulation we're going to have in the van, because we've already got 4 rolls of this in there, plus all the extra stuff we did. I think we spent nearly £1,000 just on insulation, which is pretty crazy really. This is the consumer unit, which I'm hopefully going to get fitted either today or tomorrow. And then we've got a small box here. This has got a few electrical things in it. I think we've got the leisure battery charger, the alternator battery charger that goes from the engine to the leisure battery, and a couple of other bits and bobs. We haven't got the batteries yet. Hopefully they're going to come either today, tomorrow, or by the end of the week. So we're not going to get too carried away with the electrics, but I just want to get power in there with a a simple socket so I can start doing things. But I'm going to wrap this video up anyway. I'll catch you guys in part 2, which I think I'm pretty much going to start straight away because I really want to get on with the van. I'm in quite a good zone today. I hope you enjoyed this video anyway. Give it a massive thumbs up if you did. We'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, have a safe drive, stay alive, have a lovely day. Try not to spill anything, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye. Really big. Say bye bye. Oh.